That's good, that's the first step. Now get me off. I don't like taking any tablets or anything like that, so I wouldn't take any painkillers. And the doc says, look, you need to take a couple of painkillers. I said, no, I don't like taking tablets. But I was beginning to get, I need to take something here. He says, right, that's it. He said, if you're not going to take a painkiller, here's what you're taking. And he opened up his bag, and with 2 bottles of his red wine duty free. And that was my painkillers for Doc Hillis, the Scottish team doctor. So I've stuck you right in it there, Doc. We're in 2 bottles of his Portuguese red wine that he was taking home for the family. But I definitely needed something.
On a personal level, of course, the break was a tragedy for Ali, while for the club it only emphasised how irreplaceable the striker had become.
It was going to be an enormous loss for us because, I mean, he had been, along with Mark Haitley, the mainstay of our team in terms of scoring goals, but he had obviously been the major influence in that, and a lot of the games where you're maybe not playing too well, you start to miss that, the opportunity coming up, not getting taken, and we were under increasing data pressure. So it was a big blow first and foremost to Alistair, to everybody that was involved at Rangers at that time.
The team spirit at Rangers at that time was something very special, and Ali was determined not to be left out of the celebrations after one of the best seasons of his career.
But to go to Airdrie to win the league, and I said to Doc, you've got to let me go. He says, no, you're not going, because it was too close to breaking my leg. And he said, oh, Doc, it's celebrations, we're going to win the, you're not going to win the league, got to celebrate. He says, no, it's the last thing you need my broken leg, so I stayed at home. So I'm listening to the game on the radio, and the next minute finalist goes, we've won the league. And the commentator saying, yes, and tremendous, and great appearance here by Ali McCoist. And I'm going, can it be happening, And it was only when I saw the highlights at night that Ian Ferguson's been running about with a cardboard cutout, a life-size cardboard cutout of myself. And it was great because the photographs are getting taken. I'm sitting there like that, a big cheesy grin, this cardboard cutout. I was a little bit upset because the photograph got taken outside the penalty box. And everybody knew that I would never be outside the penalty box. The photographs had been taken in the 6-yard box.
A genuine extrovert, it takes a lot to extinguish that ever-present McCoist smile. But understandably, there were times when the injury got him down.
There was tough times. I mean, there really was some tough times. And even Archie Knox was brilliant because you'd beast in, you'd hit the wall. You'd definitely hit the wall at various times in your rehab. And Archie would suss it. And I remember going for a couple of pints with Archie. So like maybe on a Sunday we'd go to be local, him and I would sit and have a couple of pints, maybe watch football, and it's brilliant management that really.
Yeah.
And then he'd maybe have a day off the next day, and then you're away again.
But it was to be some time before Ali was away again. It was 5 long months before he returned, and when he did, it was in his own unique Super Ali style.
I spoke to him a couple of days before that and I told him that I was only going to be making him substitute. And he was unhappy with that because he was dead keen to play. But I always remember sitting in the night before the game and saying to the boys, the scenario can be there for him because you couldn't write a script for him, and putting him on in the situation that he came on, and you had an inkling in the back of your mind that he would be the person that would get the goal, and that's the way it turns out, and that's Ali McCoist.
Somebody must have stuck 2 cushions down my backside when I came on. I came on, all you could see was this giant arse coming on, and it was amazing.
McCoist joins Haitley through the middle. He's just signalled to Ian Durrant to move to that position wide on the left. So David Robertson will launch one perhaps into the penalty area here. The long throw looking for Haitley's flick on. That's McCoist with the acrobatic effort. McCoist does it for Rangers.
The celebration, I think, summed it up because it was like relief and just a weight off my shoulders, and it was just one of the best moments I can remember in a football park. And I was almost crying with it. It was just the excitement of scoring, obviously the winner in the cup final, and obviously coming back from the broken leg. I think this was me maybe convincing myself, not convincing anybody else, convincing myself that it was me back and I could get back playing again.
By season 93-94, Rangers began to realise that Celtic's record of 9 championships in a row could be equalled, if not beaten. McCoist was determined to be part of that campaign. But once again, injury problems too often left Ali a spectator. It was not a position he relished.
I go to games, yeah, but not a good spectator. I'd far rather be out there. You kick every ball and you shout and end up fighting with guys in the crowd and things like that. I remember the worst scenario ever was Ian Ferguson and I were injured at the same time. The game's going on, we're conducting running battles with guys behind us. What do you know? I don't know. You know, shut up, you know. That just shows you get carried away, you get caught up in the passion.
In the absence of their top striker, Rangers brought in Gordon Durie, who made an impressive contribution. But when McCoist was finally past fit in February, he was determined to show that he had lost none of the old magic. And Ali couldn't resist reminding the fans that it always came right in the end. That hat-trick consolidated Ali's claim to the number 9 jersey as Rangers powered towards their 6th league title in a row. As the club's main striker, he made sure that there would be no slip-ups on the road to the championship.
Header by McCoist! Well, what a good goal it was. The finish was so accurate with the header. Charlie. Playing it through, that's a good ball for English. Oh, superb equaliser from Isaac English. Person's header, touched by McCall. This is Durie. Rangers always dangerous in these closing stages. They've proved it so often this season. Just right to the final whistle, here's McCoist! Well, Ali McCoist ties up the points in dramatic fashion in a minute of injury time. Delight among Rangers fans. Well, he's had one of his quietest nights, but the man knows how to score goals. A bit of pressure, and they're under pressure again. It's McCoist. Rangers get the equaliser.
That championship was hard won due to a massive injury list, which included McCoist at times. But it was all forgotten when the team was presented with their 7th trophy in their last 8 domestic competitions. Ali, as always, was the first to lead off the celebrations. At that moment, all the injury problems seemed to be in the past as he headed towards the new season. But 94-95 was a desperate disappointment for McCoist as injury struck again. He made only 4 full appearances. Already, many pundits were saying that his career was over. Walter Smith didn't agree.
I think Arthur's always had that determination to disprove any kind of doubters that he had, whether it was in his ability or whether it was in his attitude towards fighting injury. I think when a player who's played the amount of football that he had played prior to breaking his leg, when that happens to them and they're out for a while, when they come back, it takes a while for them to get started again, and they're liable to get different types of injury when they're coming back. And Alistair met every one of them with a challenge.
You break your heart, you get into training, crack, boys are going to the bush, and you get into the gym. You'd have to go through it and go swimming, but you've got guys around you. At the end of the day, you've got to do it yourself, but you've got guys around that you can help, and we had some magnificent people around me.
People think he's working, watch. Right? People think he's working now, see? He's sweating.
That's the first drink I've had of John Gregg in 12 years. Thanks, John.
By the way, you know what you're getting it for?
What's that, John?
Supporter of the year.
Not a lot you can say to that, really. Dish out, I suppose you've got to take it, haven't you? It's been a nightmare. It's been one thing after another. But my initial 2 days worth of depression, where Kirky took me out for a pint, so it wasn't so bad. And once I got over that shock, you just got to set a target again, get yourself fit. I've obviously been a bit injury prone since I broke my leg.
But that's all behind me now. I said that before.